Okay, so Sorcery just came back out with their free release, and if you do not know what Sorcery is, it is a JJK Roblox game that came out 4 months ago. It was praised for its combat and people enjoyed the game, but it lacked content and there was problems with the owner who was stealing assets from other games to put into his game, so it was shut down for maintenance. Later he sells the game to the current owner of the game who has been working on it for 4 months. Bro spent close to 4 months working on the game and it came out worse than on the first release. It's stiff and the parry timing is so bad now it's not even funny. The only new content that is in the game is the culling games, and somehow they made progression more boring than before. On the first release, lack of content and the repetitive grind is what ruined the game. And what did they do to fix this? They decided to add 3 mission types that you have to repeat 100 times, and that wouldn't be so bad if the missions were at all fun. You mainly have the 3 missions: exercise the curses in the area, which is self-explanatory. You just exercise the curses. I'm not even going to mention how brainy that those NPCs are. Then here comes the tedious ones. Find a cursed object, which is hard to see, especially on big maps like Cursed Dunes. Then you gotta spend like a minute infusing blood into it, which takes long as hell, and it's boring as well. Lastly, we got a rescue mission where you have to sneak across the map and carry people to the point. I understand devs want to be innovative and try different mission types so they aren't called bandit beaters, but they gotta realize all RPGs are bandit beaters in some fashion. The difference between a good one and a bad one is that you find fun and engaging ways for players to progress. Fun should be the utmost priority, not just diversity. The best thing they did was adding some new curse techniques and domains, and we only got like 3 of them. Not to mention how stupid these devs are. They see the other games in the community and know what doesn't work, and yet they still decide to add an obby in the game to get your curse technique. Every game that has locked progression behind an obstacle course has been criticized for doing exactly this, so what do? They decide it's a good idea to put it in their game. And I know what you guys are going to say. The game is still in development. This is just early access period. But let's go over this again. In 4 months since the game has been in redevelopment, they have added nearly no content and made the game more tedious and boring than ever before. My problem with this is that they could have made the game so much better. Instead of stupid Dream Realm, we could have gotten content about Jujutsu High teachers actually teaching you how to use curse techniques, going on missions in squads of 3, either with AI teammates or real players. The curses could have been unique monsters with different moveset instead of a generic NPC that uses the same attacks and maybe uses a curse technique that you will already see from every other player that you play against. Like, JJK has so much potential as a Roblox game with how unique and complex the power system is, but sadly none of these devs can get it right. And yes, I know I couldn't do any better, but I'm not a dev, so it's not my job to make a good game. I just play them and occasionally talk about how bad they are. Anyway, if you enjoy Sorcery, good for you. Me personally, I think it is the same scam game that came out 4 months ago, and I don't trust most of the devs based on their previous actions. Please leave a like, comment, and if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It helps me a lot.